This is In Touch with Terri, a power-packed podcast for the medical aesthetics industry.
I just discovered your podcast, and I feel like I've hit a gold mine.
She's our inspiration.
This is someone who's got a lot of knowledge. She's been there, done that.
Terri Ross is a former Fortune 500 executive, international speaker, founder and CEO of Terri Ross Consulting, and co-founder of the 4S Summit, a sales and business mastery workshop for aesthetic professionals.
Terri is always approachable, always there for you.
It's nice to have somebody in your corner that can say, I got it.
In Touch with Terri will bring you solutions to increase operational and employee efficiency and practice profitability. Plus, feature some of the top industry experts as guests.
Terri, your courses and your podcast are just so helpful.
She made me feel like I could do this.
3, 2, 1.
Here we go!
Now, here's Terri.
Hey, tribe. Welcome back to another episode of In Touch with Terri. I wanted to really take a minute and bring this episode to light because this is a topic that I swear to God, every day I get this question about marketing. And so I'm going to dedicate this episode with a question I want you to think about. Is marketing an expense or an investment? Because everybody, and you guys know I am like jet setting around the world internationally, speaking, teaching, training, lecturing. I'm doing more for corporate now. And the average medical spa, the revenue actually went down this year to about 1.7 million. And so whether you have a med spa, integrative medicine, plastic surgery, a mixture of both, let's talk about marketing. But I want you to be thinking about marketing has to go with training. I'm going to give you some KPIs here that you need to know. But if you're not training your team, whether it's on the phone to do the conversions, in the consultation to convert the patient to a paying appointment, if you're not following up, if we're not tracking to the KPIs, you might as well just roll your car window down and like literally throw the money out the window. Because everybody says, Terri, where should I spend my money in marketing? I need more patients in the door. Well, what about the ones that you have? How are we looking at nurturing the ones, running your database, looking at lifetime value, looking at your average revenue per patient? Are they coming in for one thing? Are they coming in for multiple things? It's not hard, you guys. I can get you to $1 million fast. 34 people can get you to $1 million. But you have to know, one, start picking apart the data and be very diligent about what reports to run and how to interpret them so that you can make an informed decision. But let's just dive right in. So there was some studies done, and it was looking at, what are the challenges practices are facing when they're trying to grow their business. And about 73% literally said, I want to acquire more patients. 54% said, I want more ways to sell my services. I want more ways to sell my services and memberships. 53 said, I want better insights into analytics. 30% said, I want to hire more people. So again, between hiring more people, they want to understand their better data, KPIs, sell more memberships, sell more services, get more patients. Well, how do you suppose you're going to do that? It's not like I'm just going to spend way more money in marketing and hope it sticks. You can't sell anything or get more patients in the door if you don't know how. One is the how. So why do I need to do it? How do I do it? Tell me being held accountable for the KPIs. So again, this episode is marketing an expense or an investment, but it's not one without the other. When we think about patient acquisition, it's critical. And on average, most practices spend less than 5% on marketing. So let me give you what the KPI should be. It really should be 10% of your total revenue. Now, if you're a new practice, it can be more, maybe 15 to 20. Practices generating less than $1 million a year spend significantly more than other practices, but it's crazy. Practices doing 4 to 6 million, they only spend around 1%. Now, look, we can pick apart these numbers, but the fact of the matter is that again, what I asked in the beginning, do you view marketing as an expense or an investment? So I collaborate with numerous aesthetic practices across the country. And often, there's hesitation. Where do I allocate funds? Where do I put the marketing dollars? And sometimes people attempt to minimize cost because we underinvest in some of the most essential elements, such as your website. It's your number one. It's like your external business card. It's your brand identity. It's your perceived value, or newsletters or social media or branding and your collateral. And I get it. We want to manage expenses. I truly understand. But we also can't hire people that maybe know how to do it, have a little bit of experience. This requires a strategy and a plan with solid execution. And so, of course, there's nothing wrong with keeping a watchful eye on your expenses, but it's also crucial to understand where you're putting your marketing dollars. And again, what is the return? Because your training and your marketing can yield the highest return, again, if we're, inspecting and measuring the right KPIs. So, if you're looking at marketing as an expense, it's through a very short lens. We have to perceive marketing to both existing and new patients, because there is a tendency, again, for us to look at these things, do two things: either cut and save money, or obliviously spend, and then we're wondering why we're not getting patients, or perhaps we're getting the wrong kind of patients. So when I work with practices and our team, marketing has to be directly aligned with your services that yield the highest return. Otherwise, we're marketing for shit, you guys, that just isn't even valuable. So we need to look at gross profit of those procedures. What is the highest revenue per hour? And then that feeds into the marketing plan. So I'm going to give you 8 reasons. I hope you love it, because I'm always giving you the most valuable information. I hope that you find it valuable, because it bothers me. Like, this podcast is for you, to help give you guys information and insights and the tools and the training and the techniques and whatever it is that you need. This podcast is solely for you. So let's get into it. Here are 8 essential reasons that marketing is critical, but again, marketing in tandem with training. So 1, it establishes your brand identity. We are in, whether we like it or not, a very competitive landscape where these procedures and practices can be a commodity. So what's not is you. Yes, I'm going to say it again. You are the reason. You are the why. So strong branding can differentiate your practice from others exponentially if we understand what our marketing message is, what is our value proposition. And effective marketing can help, again, understand and really show your brand identity that will resonate with your target audience. So you have to know who that avatar client is also, which can foster trust and recognition. Number 2, marketing helps to educate your patients. Medical aesthetics involves complex procedures. They're a lot, they can be confusing, and patients may not understand, or they're reading something, or their friend told them about something. But marketing provides an avenue to educate your patients about the services, the benefits, the features, and the expertise you offer to help them make an informed decision. Number 3, it builds credibility and trust. So consistent and professional marketing efforts, including your patient testimonials, your before and after photos, your educational content, your videos, which convert higher than copy, helps to build that credibility and trust. And it's crucial in a field where patients are now making decisions because they saw shit on Instagram and photos that are all, touched up. And that's not reality. So let's bring it back to the real reason. And again, what is your expertise? And we have to be able to convey that way or better. And number 4 is we want to attract the right audience. Now, when I talk about demographics, we all know, and it's easy to say 35 to 70, making over 70 grand. I mean, the market's changed. There's a lot of men coming in, younger patients are coming in, older patients are coming in now. So target marketing ensures that you attract patients who are genuinely interested in your services, which are more likely to become loyal clients and long-term value. It's going to filter out the noise, the looky-loos, and the price shoppers, right, who are just browsing around, because those patients are not going to be loyal to you. They might come in for one thing, which is just a symptomatic approach. And you guys, I would not do that. That is not going to get you lifetime value. And number 5, it will enhance your patient retention. So marketing isn't just about attracting new patients. It's about getting existing ones to spend more money. So regular communication, it's called reach and frequency, newsletters, not promotions, you guys, and a bunch of special offers. We're not in the discounting business. Let's provide services with value added things, whether it's a mask, a hydrofacial, B-beam, something that will add to augment their procedure. And this content with reach and frequency is going to keep your practice top of mind for these patients. And number 6, marketing is ultimately going to drive revenue growth. So strategic marketing drives more traffic to your practice, to your website, to your social media, to your podcast, whatever it is that you're doing, which will lead to increased consultations and procedures, which is a direct correlation into higher revenue and growth for your practice. Number 7, we want to adapt to market trends. You know, this industry, it's dynamic, it's changing. We have to move fast and swiftly. So with new trends, new technologies, you know, the marketing will allow you to stay relevant by quickly adapting and communicating your new offerings to those patients. And finally, number 8, we want a marketing plan that is, again, fluid, strategic, concise, tied to profitability, tied to services that yield a high ROI, tied to training, tied to KPIs. Again, marketing should be 10% of the total revenue, more if you're new. But this well-executed strategy will ultimately support your long-term success for your practice by building a strong, reputable brand that can withstand market fluctuations, even in some of the darkest moments and competitive pressures. Because when people sometimes think they should stop marketing, you guys, I promise you, trust me, it is a mistake. You saw those percentages I gave you, that people that are making a lot of money stop spending, and you should not do that. Again, we have to look at where are we spending? What is the viability of the patients? Who are we getting in the door? Is that the patient we want? And then more importantly, are they trained? Is my team trained to convert them? So as we kind of wrap this up and bringing it all together, when it comes to marketing in the medical aesthetic industry, it is essential to shift your perspective from seeing it as an expense to recognizing it as a true investment. Effective marketing isn't just about spending money. It's about investing in the growth of the success of your practice. It's about building a strong brand, attracting the right patients, establishing trust, rapport, credibility. And by investing in professional marketing, you guys, there is a lot of people and a lot of smoke and mirrors and a lot of wannabes. I'm just going to be bold in saying that, but I promise you, trying to save money with somebody who doesn't understand the space will cost you more in the long run. So investing in professional companies that understand the aesthetic space, they have experience, they understand these procedures, they understand SEO is probably one of the greatest investments you can make. Because we're not just paying for promotions, you're investing in the future of your business to ensure long-term success and sustainability and stability. So for every dollar spent on marketing, it really needs to bring you closer to your goals, driving patient engagement, loyalty, ultimately profitability. So think of marketing as a crucial investment that will pay dividends far, far, far beyond the initial cost. But that is, again, only when you feel so confident that you're like, my team's got this. I know that if I'm going to take this avenue of my marketing in whatever channels you choose to put it in, whether it's a web lead, you want more phone calls, you want more Instagram leads, whatever it is, where you're driving those lead sources, your team better be tight. They better be competent. They better be confident. You better be holding them accountable, looking at their conversion ratio. It's not even an option. It's not an option. It is a must. When we're wondering why we're not increasing our revenue, that's part of the reason. And it just comes down to training. So I hope you guys found this episode valuable. Again, I get so many questions about marketing. And you guys, I want you to spend it. I want you to have all the best marketing in the world. But what I care more about is your practice, that you understand that having a business evaluation, working with me and my team to give you this blueprint will be the greatest thing that you could ever possibly do, so that you can make informed decisions when you're looking at the avenues of marketing, you're looking at your team, you're saying, you know what, I am struggling here. I don't really know what I'm doing. My conversions aren't where they need to be. The marketing spend isn't yielding the return I want. And so I'm gonna do something different. So thank you so much for always tuning in, for all the love and the feedback that you give me all the time. I'm so humbled and so honored to be able to do what I love and provide you this valuable information. If you're struggling again in this area, in marketing, in whatever it is, if you just want to shoot the shit and talk, I love y'all so much. I'd love to learn more about you. You could reach out to me on my Terri Ross Consulting Instagram. There'll be links in the show notes, and or fill out a discovery form on my website, Terri Ross Consulting. Thank you guys so much, and I cannot wait to see you on the next episode of In Touch with Terri. Ciao, guys.
Thanks for listening to In Touch with Terri. We hope you found this discussion insightful and empowering. If you want to go further faster, remember, the journey to success is a continuous learning process. And together with Terri and her expert team, you can navigate the challenges and celebrate the victories. To book a Growth Accelerator call, click the link in the episode notes to terrirossconsulting.com.